Hey, Skiba News Nation family. I hope you guys are doing well. How you doing, Jake? Opa?
Hey, howdy, hey.
How's it
Doing pretty
going?
good. Doing pretty
Awesome.
good.
Yeah, we got an epic live shows for you guys, and I know we got some interactive stuff that we're gonna do with Jake, and it's gonna be pretty awesome. And I'm gonna have to help set it up, the little thing that we're gonna do. So
Yeah. So obviously, guys, TrutherCon is coming up just next weekend, and time's running out. But we wanted to share this with everybody because we know there's a lot of business owners that maybe can't make it in person to TrutherCon, but they want to take advantage of the fact that there's going to be many dozens of influencers represented at this conference who individually have a reach of hundreds of thousands of followers and subscribers. And so if you are interested in being a sponsor for TrutherCon, check this out. Email us at kristen@skibanewsnation.com today. Do it right away, and we'll email you some pricing for running in between session advertisements for your business. So this is a great opportunity for anybody who wants to get their business out there and they see what we're doing. They want to support what we're doing with TrutherCon. So I wanted to make everybody aware of that because really I think it's a fantastic opportunity. So
yep.
Make sure to email us if you are interested. But yeah,
Hey, maybe Jake, we can even like talk about it a little bit and share the video with them. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll whatever you guys, if you want us to give you some call outs, whatever, if you're going to support TrutherCon, we're going to support you. And we appreciate anybody who, wants to sponsor the event.
Awesome.
Well, man, I have a really interesting segment to kind of start us off. It's going to be pretty fun. We have a series of short TrutherCon videos, or what were our still image advertisements. I've converted many into short AI video clips, and we want you as an audience to vote on what your favorite one is. And so we have quite a few, but let me go ahead and start cycling through some of these. And
so you guys get to vote. So I made like a bracket. So the first, I think it only let me have, I don't know how many it let me have. Let me see. On the live stream, it says 4. So out of the 4, whatever the winner is, we'll give it a time limit. So it'll be 4, and then we'll have, the winner, and then 4, and then the winner, and then they'll all go against each other. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds good to me. I think this is going to be super fun. It's kind of brought to life some of the little images that our buddy has made to help promote the conference, and I think it'll be really fun. So,
all right,
let me go ahead. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pull out this first video here, and keep notes. So if you like one, make sure to write down the one that you think is the coolest, right? All right, so let me pull up video number 1, and we will get to it. All right. Okay, so starting off, check this one out.
Let's get it.
All right, so brought Bryson Gray to life there. Sorry, man, to run you through a generator. Oh, man. What is he saying? What is this AI guy saying?
I don't know.
Let's get
funny.
it. It doesn't sound like Bryson at all, by the way. Yeah. All right. So just a reminder, Bryson Gray is performing at TrutherCon 2025 that Sunday evening. So yeah,
so that's video 1.
This is video 1. I don't know. That's probably low on the totem pole. Honestly, it kind of creeps me out running actual people through the generator because it kind of makes you do something you've never done. But let's choose a different one here. Here's video 2.
What is it?
They took our jobs. Dang. What a weird video, man. Okay, so this is video number 2. Keep in mind what videos you like. This is video 2 of the pyramids getting sad that the power plants are stealing their jobs because, free energy and the ancient, Okay, so that's video 2. One more time. They took our jobs. Dang.
No.
It's such a weird video. All right. Here's video number 3.
Oh, I like that one.
He's crying over the state of our prideful nation. I think his rainbow hat's a little less gay than the rainbow flag, right?
Yep. Man, it's so creepy.
Yeah, this is video 3, guys. All right, video 3. Keep in mind the native crying over the state of our nation and the wokeness. All right, guys. Here is video number 4.
I have a theory about why they built this here. Only crazy people think for themselves.
That's a pretty good one. I think the fact that it read the audio is really fascinating.
That's very cool. Yeah.
I have a theory about why they built this here. Only crazy people think for themselves.
All right, everybody. So go vote. And I say this. I say we play through them each one more time. And then that gives us enough time to, decide who wins this round.
All right, perfect. All right, guys. So this is our first batch. We're going to play through them one more time. And you guys vote on which one of the first 4. And then we're going to move on to the next batch.
1.
All right, that's 1. Dang. Oh gosh. All right, that's 2. Here's 3.
I like video number 3. I don't know why.
Okay, that's 3. And here's 4.
I have a theory about why they built this here. Only crazy people think for themselves.
All right.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead and vote for these 4.
You got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End poll. Video 4. So let me do video 4.
All right, we'll write that one down, and we're going to move on to our next couple videos.
How many are there?
I think we might have 12 total, so several brackets here. All right, so here we go.
Okay.
So number 4 won the first bracket, you said?
Yep, I got it down.
All right, y'all. Here's the next video of the next little bracket. So this is video 1 of bracket 2. All right, here we go. It's just the moon going, no one understands me.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness. All right, so this is video 1. Okay. Now here's video number 2. Consider cart pulling if you need to get to TrutherCon.
Yeah.
All right, one more time. Consider cart pulling.
I kind of like that.
That's pretty cool.
If we get an Amish there, that would be so cool.
Hey, man. Even the Amish have a love for the truth sometimes.
Well, have you seen Theo Vaughn interviewed a guy that was Amish, and he had him on the podcast, and it was like really super interesting just how their lives are. It's like they're not communicating, like they're just in their own little bubble. It's crazy.
All right, so this is video 2 of bracket 2. All right, we're pulling up the next video here. Did you sign up for TrutherCon? So intense, man. It's like way intense.
And that was number 4.
This is number
Three.
3.
Okay.
Number 3. All right, play it one more time. Did you sign up for TrutherCon? Okay.
You know, he reminds me of Homelander from The Boys. I don't know if you've seen that show. It's a really good show.
Yeah, it needs to be more blonde, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that was video 3, and this is the video 4 of our second bracket here. So for those of you who are joining, we're just voting to see our favorite AI ad, right?
The Truther Convention? I'm serious. The fish was 2 feet long.
It's so funny, like the dichotomy there of like, I'm serious, it was this big. Hey, man, I think you need to go to the Truther Convention. You got some issues. Oh, man. All right, Jeremiah.
The poll is out there. So
all right, we're going to play through them one more time. And
67, 50. Yeah, play it through again.
All right, so video 1 was no one understands me, the moon. Okay. Here's video number 2. Consider carpooling. TrutherCon voyage. Okay. Here's video 3. All right, and video 4.
You hear about the Truther Convention? I'm serious. The fish was 2 feet long.
Okay.
All right, guys, let's vote on this second bracket. What was your favorite of those 4 videos?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, in Paul. Video number 2 was the winner.
Okay, so that was the cart pulling one. That's cool.
Okay.
All right.
That one was my favorite too.
Okay.
I'm trying not to be biased. So
here we go. We're playing third bracket here. Third bracket. Let's see. Okay. This is video number 1 of the third bracket. Hold on. They will never find this. Trump will. Obama's birth certificate on the moon. that laugh is crazy, man. All right, so this is video number 1. Okay. All right, next video. Third bracket, next video.
To silence us, so we took over Dallas.
Whoa.
I don't like how it was a woman voice.
They messed that one up, that's for sure.
They tried to silence us, so we took over Dallas.
Okay.
All right, little creepy. Little weird voice
Little
there.
creepy, little gay.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh man. Let's see here. All right, next video. This is video number 3 of the third bracket.
I was sent to Facebook jail for asking questions. How did you get out?
I'm pretty sure I'm still there.
I'm pretty sure I'm still there. All right.
When I was younger, I was sent to Facebook jail for asking questions. How did you get out?
I'm pretty sure I'm still there.
And if you like them, we can always re-record the voices. So
Yeah, we can fix these
go
up.
with that.
All right. So this was video 3. And now we're going to play the final video for this third bracket. We're going to need a big convention, boys.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
So these are the 4
start it.
videos. We're going to play through
Yep.
them one more time.
Start poll. At
This
the
is
end of the-
video 1. Video 1. All right. Now video 2.
To silence us, so we took over Dallas.
All right, video 3.
I was sent to Facebook jail for asking questions. How did you get out?
I'm pretty sure I'm still there.
I'm pretty sure I'm still there. I mean, I like how this one sounds. It doesn't have the female voice or whatever.
Mhm.
I do like this one a little bit. I'm not trying to push my thumb on the scale. Don't worry. Here's the video number 4.
It sounds like it's about to say something. You know?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Video 1.
To silence us, so we took over Dallas.
I was
3.
sent to Facebook jail for asking questions. How did you get out?
I'm pretty sure I'm still there.
And 4.
All right. 10, 9, 8, 7,
Make your vote now in the live chat.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Video number 1 was the winner with 45% of the vote.
All right. Video number 1 was this one. Obama's birth certificate. All right. Excellent. Hey, Jeremiah, if you could also write down like a little note, like the astronauts one next to the videos. And the last one was the cart pulling one. I don't want it to get confusing when we try to put them all against each other at the end here. All right. Let me remove these real quick and we'll get to our next little section of videos. All right, guys. Here is...
Hey, what was the first one? The first winner is video number 4.
So the video number 4 of the first one was, I have a theory about why they built this here. Only crazy people think.
They built this here.
Yes. At least, I'm pretty sure that one was it. All right. So here's our next batch. This one's a little bit more graphic. You told them to assume it was flat. Right? Oh,
Mhm.
man. Yeah. Why does the SR-71 Blackbird not constantly go down as it flies over the curvature of the Earth? It's going so fast, it has to calculate. Well, according to official NASA and Air Force documents, there is no calculation for the curvature of the Earth. It treats the Earth as a flat stationary plane according to its computational, stuff going on. So very interesting. All right, so here's video number 2 of the 4th batch here. All right. Little graphic look in here. These are the dark ones.
I mean, it's true. I mean, if you watch my interview with Scott Michaels, it is so dark.
Yep. Man. Well, definitely don't want to be slaves to Hollywood, right? That's what TrutherCon is about. Waking up to all this. We're gonna have Mike Jenny there. Mike Jenny used to work with Little Light Studios. Now he's on Candid Truth. He's very good at exposing kind of the programming in Hollywood. So you guys are going to really enjoy his speech. All right. So that's the second video. Here's the next one.
Think we will win the war? I think the media already won.
That's actually kind of good. I like that one. All right, one more
Do you
time.
think we will win the war? I think the media already won.
Nice. All right.
Not Jewish.
So this is video 3. All right, final video for this batch. Why are we doing this? Because the aliens are lazy.
And if you guys do like this one, me and Jake will do the voices.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to start the poll.
All right, guys, we're going to go through them one more time. This is video 1 for this batch. You told them to assume it's flat, right? All right, video 2. TrutherCon. This is not for slaves. Okay, video 3.
We will win the war. I think the media already won.
All right, video 4. Why are we doing this?
Because aliens are crazy.
Lazy, crazy, lazy,
Crazy,
crazy,
lazy, and crazy.
lazy, crazy, and crazy.
Crazy.
Phasing in and out.
All right. Let's see. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Vote now, guys. It's in the live chat. Come over and vote.
3, 2, 1. Let's see what it is. Video number 4.
Nice. That was the pyramid one. Why are we doing this? Because the aliens are lazy. Very good. Very good. All right. We're going to move on to our next set here. All right. Let's see here. Video 1 of this, I think we're getting to the end here. Well, this is going to ruin somebody's Thanksgiving.
Showing up.
Now, for those of you who don't know the backstory of this, apparently many of the men, the rich men that opposed the banking system and the Federal Reserve that was being set up in the U.S., they were on this particular boat, the Titanic, when it sank. So there is elements to the conspiracy that, you know, the people that really wanted the Federal Reserve to get fully implemented and to take over, you know, create this indebtedness system in the U.S., that they wanted to take out their rivals, the people who were going to challenge them, and they did it by taking the Titanic down. So that's the theory that goes along with this image. All right, so that's video 1. Next video. That's a tree stump. I'm offended. Yeah, a little weird. Like, why is it? You know, I don't know.
It looks like it's backwards.
All right, that's video number 2. We're going to keep moving a little bit faster here, guys. Video number 3. Can have truth or convention? What the heck is this, man?
Just slapping his paper together.
Who said they can have a truth or convention? Who said they can have a truth or convention? Oh, it's just so weird. It's almost funny. All right. That's video number 3. Final video for this batch. Knowledge is preparation. That's a pretty good one.
All right, poll has started.
All right, guys, we're going to go through them one more time. This is video 1. This is going to ruin somebody's Thanksgiving. Video 2. Video 3. Video 4. All right, guys, vote now.
All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is video number 4.
Nice. That's the sheep one.
The sheep
one. Okay,
Yep.
cool. All right, this is the last bracket, guys, and then we're gonna put our winners up against each other, I think. There's only 3 videos for this. Here we go. First video. Visually, this is my favorite so far. It's actually really kind of cool looking.
Trippy. Yeah.
Trippy. Yeah. Conspiracy theory. A theory disliked by those who seek control over your opinions. TrutherCon 2025. All right, that's video number 1. Next video. Don't outsource your opinions. TrutherCon, Dallas, Texas, October 2025. All right, video number 2 and the final video for this bracket.
Hey, that one we're gonna have to use somewhere.
It's pretty sweet looking.
You want to know another reason why we chose the eye? Fun fact. I'm gonna go ahead and start this poll. But the reason, when I'm done with this story, we'll choose a winner. The reason why we chose the eye was because if you look at George Orwell's 1984, it has a lot of similarities to today. And what was on the front of that book was an eyeball. Stay awake, not woke. You know, don't have your eyes closed. Keep them open. Don't let the devil steal all of our symbols and things like the rainbow. You know?
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right, guys, this was video 1. This one's video 2. The quality of these last 3 is like really high. I really like how it looks. Video 3. Only 3 to vote on this one. All right, let's hit it. Which one's your favorite, guys? 1, 2, or 3?
Video 1.
Video 1. Glowing eyeball pyramid. Nice. Amazing. Okay. So, all right, Jeremiah, we've gotten through all.
What would you call that one?
I would call that one eyeball pyramid.
Eyeball pyramid.
All right. So let's go ahead and add all of our winners, and then we can kind of pit them against each other and find the victor.
Okay, I don't know. So
I
we
have a theory about
4, 5, 6. So we have 6, and we can only have 4 options on the.
We'll do 3 versus 3. How about that?
Okay.
And then once we get through, we'll have a winner of each of those, and then we'll pit those final ones against each other. Okay, so we had the guy talking on the mountain. We had the consider carpooling. Let's see here.
Astronaut.
Okay, astronauts chasing down Obama's birth certificate. Hey, I just want to say, there's a man that married my wife and I, Dr. Pigeon, who is actually related to the whole investigation into Obama's birth certificate. I can't remember the exact specifics, but he was one of the guys that was really pushing to have that uncovered. I'll have to have him refresh me on the story, but I remember him mentioning he was related to that whole scene back in 2008.
You up your chair is super cool, Tammy said. Your flashing chair.
So what was the next one after the astronauts?
Pyramid.
Okay, pyramid. All right. And then after pyramid.
So those are the top. Those are the. No, that's not. Okay, sheep.
Sheep. Okay. And then after sheep, the last one was the
eyeball pyramid.
Eyeball pyramid. Hey guys, what's up? What's with all the pyramid love? Come on. Like, are you guys part of the Illuminati or something? What's your deal? You like pyramids a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
then.
Not exposing it. That's true.
All right, so let's do this video.
why they built this here. Only crazy people think for themselves.
Okay, this video. Let's do this video. Okay. And let's do this video. So these are going to be the 3 videos. This will be video number 1.
Poll has started.
This is video number 1.
I have a theory about why they built this here. Only crazy people think for themselves.
2. This is video 2. And video 3 is the sheep.
And Jake and I will do the voices, of course.
All right, 1, 2, or 3, guys. 1, 2, or 3.
I have a
One.
theory about why they built this here. Only crazy people think for themselves.
2. This is 2. And this is 3. All right, guys. Vote now. What was your favorite of those 3?
4, 3, 2, and video number 1 was the winner.
All right, this is the winner. Okay, good job.
I have a theory about why they built this here. Only crazy people think for themselves.
All right, perfect. All right, guys, we're going to do the last 3, and then we're going to pit the top 2 against each other. All right, so this is going to be video 1. Consider cartpooling.
I like that.
Video 2. They will never find this. Obama's birth certificate. And video 3. All right, video 1.
Poll started.
Video 2. Video 3. All right, guys, which one? Video 1, 2, 3. All right.
We got 5, 4, 3, 2. Video number 3.
Hey, I do like how I know it's the all-seeing eye, but it's so like mesmerizing. Maybe it's because all the 33s in the image. It just makes it so like, clicks into your subconscious and makes you like it. No, but we're for real. Maybe we should reiterate, we are not trying to promote the all-seeing eye of the Illuminati. We're
about exposing it.
Yes. All right. So number 3 wins, huh?
Well, it's between the first thing and video number 3. So it's
all right,
between Built Here and Eyeball Pyramid.
All right, we'll pit them against you. All right, so last vote. This is, guys, your final opportunity to weigh in on the TrutherCon ad. All right, check this out. Video 1.
I have a theory about why they built this here. Only crazy people think for themselves.
Okay, and video 2.
Poll started.
Video 1.
I have a theory about why they built this here. Only crazy people think for themselves.
Video 2.
Oh, people are going neck and neck.
I have
Video
a theory
1.
about why they built this here. Only crazy people think for themselves.
Last time. All right, what's going to be, y'all? What's the winner?
Here we go. You're not going to believe this. Video number 2 is our winner.
Hey, you guys are going to get us in trouble. What's up? Well,
I think visually it's the coolest one, and maybe that's why they chose video number 2.
oh yeah, there's so much going on. That's for sure.
But the ones that you guys like that I'm seeing here in the comments, we'll do something with those too. So,
oh yeah. All right, guys. Well, it was just the fun little activity, get you guys interacting. Thank you for joining the Skiba News Nation live stream. I know we have like 500 people looking live here, so if you wouldn't mind, just drop a like, maybe share this out with some friends or family. You want to jump on here and engage. We're about to get into some current events and news, and also some fantastic humorous segments from Opa and Jeremiah. So you guys are going to have a lot in store here. Thank you for participating. Let's see here. So I had something I wanted to share. It's very interesting. Okay, so we just recently did an interview with Greg Carlwood. of the THC podcast. He's somebody who's been doing a very similar style show as us in terms of our interview, and just very, very interesting conversation, talking to a guy that talks to other people. Generally, when somebody has all those interviews, they get a grander perspective in terms of how all the dots connect. So guys, make sure to watch that interview because he has some interesting insight. And I wanted to show this clip from our interview where I bring up the concept of how currently the Charlie Kirk kind of movement could be hijacked for nefarious purposes, creating a false religion, state-based religion, and it connects with something that we see that Kay Podgy had recently put out on an Instagram video regarding Candace Owens. And so I wanted to give you guys context and kind of refer back to our interview with Greg Carlwood, and then you guys will see what I'm trying to point out here as we watch the Kay Podgy breakdown of how she believes that Candace Owens is a plant or how does she a weaponized psyop basically. But anyways, check this out. All right, so this is about the hour mark of our conversation with Greg.
I was gonna say that looks like us.
View of why. Say that again, Jeremiah. Sorry.
I said that looks like us, and then it is us.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, here we go. Hey, this whole scene was the trauma event. Not only the fact that it happened on 9/10, right the day before our previous trauma event. There's also an element of the time frame from like, okay, so whenever he was shot on 9/10, there was a lot of things happening on that same day legislatively. So there was the Epstein vote. There's also the concept of he was like, so whether or not he was this was an organic, shooter that took him out, or it was a contrived conspiracy that the deep state took him out. The point is they're not going to let this go to waste. And right. Charlie Kirk is becoming the sacrificial lamb of what I believe is the beginnings of a state-based religion again. You see a lot of then the verbiage of Trump. We need to bring God back into the state. We need to bring God and the belief in God back into politics and what we're doing. And so you see Charlie Kirk and a lot of the memorials being propped up to the level of a martyr of, on the level of Jesus Christ. Like they put his name right up, right up there next to all the great martyrs of the age. And right. And it's interesting because you have the very Catholic influence in the United States
this
government.
This is what I wanted to bring out here.
You have the first American Catholic Pope. All the popes are Catholic, but you know what I mean. The popes from Chicago, right? And then you have the Supreme Court justices, a majority of them being Catholic. There's articles coming out that Charlie Kirk was this close to publicly converting to Catholicism. His wife is a very Catholic individual. And so whenever you think about what the ancient Catholic Church represented and their influence on state and politics, it comes straight out of the Roman Empire. And what is the Roman Empire? It's a system of government that has a state-based religion that kind of bolsters it, right? And so they needed this icon, this pang in the heart of the American people to want them to be opened up to this concept of bringing religion back into the state. And that's exactly what you see with Turning Point USA and this, the faith and belief of Charlie being used to propel this kind of religious motivated politics. And now we obviously, our channel, we personally are Bible believers, and we consider the scriptures as valuable, and we have our own set of understanding of faith. But there is pseudo religion. There is the the false Christ that is presented as the Messiah, right? And so the system of deception, it could be called Christianity. There could still be truth in Christianity, and we do believe there is truth there. But Christianity and that whole topic of religion is used to deceive. Like, many people come saying Jesus is the Christ, and they will lead many astray. It's the concept that they needed something to traumatize people to make them show up, and that's exactly what we saw. We are seeing the largest revival across the nation as all of these people are like, oh well, I feel emotional because I saw a guy shot in the neck, and so I want to go to church now. And then as soon as I go to church, I'm going to sign up for TP USA, and I'm going to start going to college campuses just like Charlie, And so there's so anyways, not to belabor the point, I just wanted to get that thought out in the connection that we're definitely seeing this ecumenical movement and a lot of Catholic influence on the revival that's taking place. And I thought it was really interesting, this video of Kay Podgy, who hopefully will be at TrutherCon. We're hoping she will still show up, be there on the panel of guests. But she brings up a conversation regarding Candace Owens. And we know Candace Owens has been very outward spoken regarding the kind of the issues with the Charlie Kirk shooting. And so it is fascinating to me that Candace Owens, however, is also a very strong professing Catholic, which it's kind of like, is she like I don't know. You guys will get what I'm saying. Check this out.
From the Quran about Jesus who's speaking as a baby to defend Mary's honor.
Here, let me restart here.
Excerpt from the Quran about Jesus who's speaking as a baby to defend Mary's honor said, I am the servant of God. He has given me the scripture and made me a prophet, and he has made me blessed wherever I am. God is my Lord and your Lord, so worship.
I feel like I've been saying it for forever and people get so mad at me, but I don't care. Candace Owens is and has always been weaponized opposition. She is Catholic. The Catholic Church created Islam. Catholicism is just about the same as Judaism. They're the three one world religions that are going to get mashed up. Anybody with a touch of discernment can just look at Candace's production quality and know that she is weaponized opposition. You cannot talk about the things that this community talks about and be making that kind of money. I promise you, you can't. So now she's reading from the Quran, which makes sense because she's Catholic. She's married to a Jesuit, which is the deep state. But we've been talking about how the Antichrist is a Mother Mary character and a baby, at least in my opinion, and I think a lot of us are kind of getting on the same page with this. The Apocalypse of Elijah talks about how the Antichrist is a baby with an adult male head with gray hair. The book of Daniel talks about a little horn. Revelation 12 talks about a sky woman that gives birth to a man that will rule the world with a rod of iron. If it was Jesus, it would just say Jesus. I've showed you guys a lot of different religious art, like this Marian apparition book, where it shows the baby with gray hair about to crown Mary, who's actually the harlot of Babylon. I showed you guys how they are literally practicing the apparitions with the baby outside of my house on the moon. It's going to be the moon goddess, the harlot of Babylon, standing on the moon and gives birth to the Antichrist. All Catholics are going to be deceived. All Muslims will be deceived. All people that practice Judaism will be deceived. The entire world, if you're not following biblical Christianity and you don't have God-given discernment, you will absolutely be deceived. Because they've programmed people to believe that out of all of the book of Revelation, everything is prophetic in the future visions except that one. That one is looking back at Jesus's birth. Common sense would tell us no. We also probably shouldn't be getting theology, especially end time stuff, from seminaries, because why would they? You know what I'm saying? I've gone over this pretty extensively in other videos, but just a quick line of logic. So 2 Thessalonians 2 says the coming of the lawless one is by the activity of Satan, with all power and false signs and wonders, and with all wicked deception for those who are perishing. So when looking at activity of Satan with all power, Ephesians 2 comes to mind. The prince of the power of the air. So we know we're going to be deceived by something that's in the air. The only thing that might fit this is Revelation 12, the woman standing on the moon giving birth. But for me, it really locks in when you remember that Satan disguises himself as an angel of light.
Oh, blessed Jesus, look at that.
Project Blue Beam. The harlot is associated with the firmament. It's the Egyptian goddess Nut, like she is the Milky Way / the firmament. Blue Beam, blue origin. I was talking about that in a recent video. I definitely think that they were going up and like doing rituals for the harlot. That's why they all come back drunk and saying how in love they are, because they use the color blue as like a weird coded message or something about this. We're seeing a lot of celebrities and like big time influencers publicly talking about how they're turning Catholic and all of this stuff. And Catholicism is not even Christianity. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. They don't have the same 10 commandments. It's works-based. It doesn't have biblical salvation within it. The Bible says that idolatry lands you in the lake of fire. People can argue over the semantics all they want about like, is veneration idolatry? Yes, the common sense answer is yes. Any type of reverence, veneration, worship, bowing to statues, it's all idolatry. That's why they had to change the Catholic 10 commandments to not include idolatry and like worshiping images, because they need you to worship the images. What's really interesting too is that in the Quran, Mary, like Maryam, they say that it's the mother of Jesus, but it's actually Miriam, like Moses and Aaron's sister, who's a false prophet. So I'm basically making this video to say, don't trust any mainstream like influencers, like humongous podcasters. Stop Marian worship, come out of the Catholic Church, come out of Islam, come out of Judaism, come out of her, my people. That's what God says to those that are within the harlot of Babylon. And if you don't, or you make excuses, you are going to be subject to a literal baby as the Antichrist. King Saul in the Hebrew manuscripts was 1 year old. They cough it up to a typo. It's definitely not, especially considering that what has been will be. There's nothing new under the sun. The Bible and all like prophetic stuff follows patterns. God sets that up in that way so that we're able to discern what's happening. So please repent if you were within Catholicism.
Okay, so just wanted to share some of those thoughts because it correlated with what I was trying to bring out in our conversation with Greg Carlwood. So, you know, we have to be very careful as we see these big religious ecumenical type movements, because sometimes they can be very hijacked to lead people into systems of thought and theology that are actually not based in the scriptures at all. They're based on man's traditions. There's also just a lot of issues with the traditions we've inherited. You know, the Gentiles come from the ends of the earth saying we've inherited lies and things wherein there is no prophet. And that's exactly where we live in today's world. And so I have to kind of like point out, hey, isn't it interesting that Candace Owens, a very Catholic woman, is kind of juxtaposed against this Charlie Kirk group, which is also Catholic. So it's like they're creating the conflict, and then I guess, you know, they want the resolution to be everybody becomes Catholic. I don't know. Like, it's just interesting.
Definitely weird.
All right, so we're going to fly through a series of other little things here. Here's just because we're talking about the church system and such. Apparently, global Anglicanism split in 2 parts today. Very interesting. This is about, let's see here.
Worldwide Anglican Schism, discussing the issues in the Anglican Communion that might lead to a formal division into 2 separate communions. 400,000 of you watched. Well, it's happened. This morning, Anglicanism broke in half.
So not only are we seeing this dichotomy in the Catholic Church and the Charlie Kirk movement, we're seeing like other big, you know, Protestant style church systems are splitting in half.
If you want 15 minutes of information, one has
basically like the LGBTQ's presence in the church, and very interesting. But all of these, to me, they kind of build on each other. We're seeing stirrings in the church community, you know, the 40,000 denominations. And it leads to this next video, which is Alex Jones giving a shocking warning. He had an interview with Tucker Carlson. They said some pretty intriguing things.
We've all got to have a larger question there. So they say the devil's greatest trick was convincing the world he didn't exist. I think that's his second biggest trick. I think convincing the world that good doesn't exist is the devil's biggest trick.
Yes.
And so that's really what this is. We have to admit to ourselves that what we see and taste and touch and everything is a very small piece of actually what's going on. And that's that wider world. And people have to, once they understand that there is this wider battle going on, then you realize, oh my God, God's real. I better choose God or I better choose the devil. But if people are kind of embedded into this and just grow up in it, and just with the corporate media and life, they get trained into the evil side, never knowing they really had a choice.
Real-time host Bill Maher has slammed the media for failing to report on the slaughter of Christians in Nigeria by Islamist groups. Joining us now is Bernard Tutunji, National Director of Aid to the Church in Need in Australia and New Zealand. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Can we just start off by listening to what Bill Maher had to say?
I mean, the fact that this issue has not gotten on people's radar.
Right, no one's talking about it.
It's pretty amazing. If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources suck. You are in a bubble. And again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are their Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this?
Thank you. Because no one will talk about it, so thank you.
Absolutely.
Bernard, he makes, such an excellent point that this is largely being ignored by the media.
Well, convincing us that there isn't anybody good and that you don't have power and that it's all over and we are the Borg, you will be assimilated. The biggest trick is hopelessness when we're promoting truth and justice and honor, and we can't just dial into demons and fallen angels. We can also dial into God and get that message. But you first have to recognize that good and evil exist.
Yes.
And once you recognize that we are ethereal beings, that we are just manifesting ourselves in the third dimension, that all these people that are even atheists have these near-death experiences that come back with the same message. I mean, I personally in my life, have had so many times where I'm literally told something and it comes true and it just comes from God. And so I know this is real. We are a lot more complex than just what our eyes and ears and taste and touch pick up. And when you really actually study the globalists, none of them are atheists. They're into the occult.
Exactly.
And they believe they're interfacing, even at Skull and Bones. At Yale, they get in these coffins for days. They try to get the spirits to come into them. They try to channel these spirits. You've got the heads of Skull and Bones there in the last few days seeing who's able to interface with this. These are real rituals that are part of activating parts of the mind so that people can see past the veil.
Yet are silent about what's happening in Nigeria. Why do you think this is?
Look, thanks, Gabriella. Problem one, I think it's being generally ignored because most people don't know about it. But problem two, why is it being ignored by the mainstream news? Look, the mainstream news media cares about what it wants to care about. And we know that two groups get little airtime, Africans and Christians. It's really the precise reason that one of Aid to the Church in Need's core works is around advocacy. For 25 years, we've published what we call the Religious Freedom in the World Report, global overview, 196 countries, 900 pages. It looks at where people can practice their faith, all faiths, and where they face discrimination, oppression, or outright persecution. And at one point, there were 4 of these major global reports on religious freedom. Today, there are just 2. There's the US State Department and our report. And even that tells you something. Ours is unique because it's the only non-governmental report that looks at Christian principles and the on-the-ground realities. But to be honest, it's the value of networks like Sky News, presenters like yourself, bringing this to the fore.
There are reports, one by Nigeria-based human rights NGO International Society for Civil Liberties and the Rule of Law Inter-Society, found that there's an average of more than 30 Christians in Nigeria being killed every single day. More than 7,000 Christians have been killed in Nigeria this year. Yet Nigeria has pushed back against reports such as those. Its Ministry of Foreign Affairs saying earlier that this year that there's plenty of misinformation and misleading reports regarding the supposed targeted killings of Christians. Can I get your response to that?
Yeah, the government's speaking nonsense and hoping the world doesn't pay attention. Overview. Now, instead of worshipping the Creator, we worship the climate. We build massive places of worship called shopping centres. We eat, we drink, we marry. And in that same movement of secularization, we've moved towards an intolerance because I think deep down, people know that some of their moral, ethical, and life choices are not so good.
Almost everybody, if they're given a choice early enough, will choose God that right way. The problem is the system on earth knows that, so the priest class in Christianity or Islam or Judaism, any of it, most of it's bad priests, bad churches who know the power's there, know people are looking for God, know they're seeking, so they're there basically to get the power from you instead of you basically.
This is my whole point. Pay attention to what Alex is saying. You know, whether you guys think he's, you know, bad or good, whatever, he's making the point that I literally made with Greg Carlwood, right?
Transcending spiritually. And so that's why Christ talked about the relationship with God is personal.
Yes.
And the kingdom of God is within us. The New Agers go, oh, you are God. No, kingdom of God is within us. We're made in God's image. We have the potential to know God, to interface with God. That's worship God. And then through that, begin to transcend to a higher consciousness, interfacing with God, not God, but with God, and then part of God.
So the gift is to see good. Like in that, I do think that's the trick. Because, I mean, no one needs a tutorial on evil. It's all around us. It's super obvious. It no longer disguises itself. Abortion for the sake of abortion? Like, what is that? Well, it's human sacrifice, just Canaanite. And
the DNC doing abortions inside of
completely for the sake of abortion, not to improve the life of the girl or she's a 14-year-old rape victim. It's just like, no, abortion is inherently good because it's killing a person. That is all out in the open now. Nobody is confused about its existence. What you don't get a lot of is the recognition that good is a more than equal. It's a larger and opposing force. God is bigger than Satan, and you don't get that sense. Like nobody talks about that. You don't see it. How do you find that?
So many people purposely get turned off of the system by going to a church, whether it's Catholic, Protestant, any of it. And I'm a very empathic person. So growing up, I would feel at churches and you get invited here or there, really creeped out, not by the parishioners, but by the people in the system that are trained. Because
if that is for sure. Gosh,
where I feel the strongest demonic energy is in a lot of these big churches and a lot of these big things, because that's where the devil's sending his forces, and it's energetic. And so, but Christ criticized the Pharisees, Sadducees constantly. He said, you go pray up on the hill in front of everybody. You talk about how perfect you are all day, but really you're of your father, the devil, in the synagogue of Satan. Or you call it a black, Sabbath or whatever. And it happens in Christian churches, it happens in Judaism, it happens everywhere. And if you look at later Judaism, it's not just the Old Testament, the Torah, there's over 30 other books that they say, the rabbinical teachings are just as important. And it runs the gamut from some sects that you can call very pious and close to God to others that are outright Satanism. And you see that in the Christian denominations, all the things that call themselves Christian, that really aren't. Christ said, beware things, call themselves of God but are not, or the synagogue of Satan. Well, there weren't Christian churches then, the churches were synagogues, but it goes for synagogues, churches, anything. That you got to be really close to God and the Holy Spirit lest you be deceived. And so that's really where it all is. And it comes down to your spiritual inclination. But I just recommend with people personal relationship with God, praying to God, saying, I want to be good. I want to recognize truth. I want to know what truth is. I want to open myself up to you. I'm an imperfect. I repent for what I've done. I want you to cleanse me and then show me the truth, and then show me how to be a better person. And then show me after that what the mission is you have for me. And literally, if you do that through a process, it may take days, may take months, may take years, then the adventure begins. And then all of a sudden you're being given like intel and stuff, like literally just, you have to learn to go with it. It's never wrong. And it's God and it's there, and it's your personal relationship. And then obviously people get this relationship. They all want to teach other people it. And God says, get together in groups. That's great. But Christ didn't try to go get the Sadducees and the Pharisees and the priest class to join him. He said their minds were closed. He went to the prostitutes and the tax collectors and the robbers and the thieves because they were already outcast. But that's where he found people that were already under evil's control but weren't arrogant about it, who were looking for a way out. And so, I think that's really what it comes down to, is a spiritual relationship with God. And there are some real churches and things.
But don't you find that? I know I have found that you see sparks of this in the most unlikely people. If you put a list on paper of the people in your life, I won't ask you to say it out loud, but who you really trust, or you talk to and you groove with them and they know exactly what you're saying, You know, they are on the same wavelength in some deep way. It's not the people you would expect. Have you ever noticed that?
Interesting. Any thoughts? I mean, this conversation is even interesting just for the fact that Tucker Carlson is a professing Catholic Christian.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting, especially, you know, Alex Jones and how it all comes to him. I always wondered how all that intel got to him, you know?
Yeah. Well, we got several other things we can run through very quickly here, guys. I did think some of these comments were pretty interesting. Yeah, the word God comes from the one who tempted Eve, Gadriel, pronounced Gadriel. They removed the creator's name almost 7,000 times from the Old Testament alone and replaced it with Lord, Lord, aka Baal. Yeah, this is accurate information. The Tetragrammaton, Yod He Vav He, was through tradition. As the Bible was being translated by the Masoretes, they continued on a rabbinic, preservation of the true name, and they replaced all caps. They replaced the Tetragrammaton with all caps Lord in our modern King James Bible, and it was followed suit with all of our other modern translations. There are some modern Bibles, though, that have restored the sacred names. But it is very interesting, there's a passage in Hosea that talks about him wooing Israel again and her no longer calling him, which is master or Lord, but instead calling him Ishi or my husband. And there's a really beautiful thing that is in relation to our observance of the commandments of the Almighty because of our heart posture, because of our love for him. If you love me, keep my commandments, are the words of Christ. And this is what your father would talk about a lot. But continuing on to some other news stories. Have you guys seen this what is it? No Kings protest that's happening in Atlanta.
There was one right out here, right by. I went and I spoke yesterday in I think it's Plano, but there were some No Kings people apparently right out there. They're all bought and paid for, I think.
Yeah, it's really interesting. There's videos that apparently they didn't get the massive crowd shot they wanted. And so left-leaning media is showing videos from 2017 trying to convince Americans they were from today or yesterday, actually, as of recording this. But check this out. So how do you know the No Kings protest was a bust? Well, the left is showing videos from 2017 trying to convince Americans they were from today. So this is the video you're seeing.
Look at this. Millions of people across the country marching as we speak against the policies of President Trump.
Dated photos or video,
is
though.
Boston. Look at that. We'll continue to follow these rallies throughout the day here on MSNBC.
Whoops. So check this out. It was fact-checked. This video is from 2017 Boston protest, not today's No King rally. So I thought that was interesting. Here, check this out. Breaking, black people are around 47% of the population of Atlanta, right? But check this. The No Kings protest apparently is like 90% white people.
Yep.
So it's all the lighter toned liberals going out there representing.
I heard that they were just letting old folks just go out there, people in retirement homes.
I mean, look at the crowd. What is the premise? Maybe you could we could Google it real quick. What is the whole slogan and premise behind No Kings? I know it's counter Trump's administration. They don't like his policies, but I think part of this is what it's signifying is that quote unquote Black America is waking up to the liberal agenda is what this is demonstrating. Just the fact that this is happening in Atlanta, and the majority of the population there are Black Americans, and look who's not showing up to this protest. Well, maybe it's because they're sick of all the liberal policies that have made they've enforced racism basically while holding the flag of I'm not a racist. It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. The No Kings. We have a neighbor that has a sign that says resist. And it's like, what are you resisting? I'm kind of confused by what you're resisting. But, I guess we'll never know.
Okay, so this news story really caught my attention because literally last night, excuse me. This is a live show, forgive me. Last night I had a dream, right? It was a crazy dream, man. It was very vivid. And I dreamed that I was walking up a big, like, fancy pyramid, right? And I got to the top of this big staircase in this glass encased pyramid room. And at the top was this big room full of gold and silver, like idols. And I remember the museum curator was like running up behind me, like getting on my case. And, I know I had this dream, and I definitely dreamed of a glass treasure room at the top of a pyramid. Well, lo and behold, guess what I saw pop up on my news feed this morning? Thieves steal Napoleonic jewels from the Louvre in daring heist, forcing museum closure. Bro, like,
Did you steal them? You stole them in your dreams, man.
Man, I think I must have, because I was dreaming about going to the top of a glass pyramid, and this came out the morning I woke up after that dream. This morning, I'm like, what are the odds, man? I literally had dreamed this, and it happened, man.
Well, Walt Disney said, if you dream it, you can do it. So maybe there's something to that.
By the way, the No Kings protests are talking about no dictators, no tyrants.
Ooh.
They want
Yeah,
to
but
continue.
Trump is not that, obviously. So
Well,
I don't know.
think it doesn't say they said that. They just said that they want to make sure that we have our liberties.
Right.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, it's just definitely interesting. Anyways, back on this Louvre museum robbery, they apparently stole the Napoleonic gems by driving a truck with a big, like, forklift thing on the top of it to break an upper layer window to, like, steal these jewels. And I'm curious about the particular jewels they stole. I wonder if anybody here has any information on this. Please drop it in the comments.
The crown jewels, they stole the actual crown, but apparently they must have dropped it when they were trying to get away, and they broke it and they left it there. And it had tons and tons of diamonds, all different kinds of diamonds on it. And they did take quite a lot of the Napoleon jewels, mostly diamonds and gold and stuff like that. But they did it all in 7 minutes in broad daylight at like 9:30 a.m.
Wow.
While the Louvre was occupied with people. And the truck they had was actually a ladder that they got up onto the first floor. They used like a saw, like a tree saw or something, to saw open the window, and then came in through that window, and then had another saw that opened up the glass enclosures so that they could grab them, go back down the ladder. And a lot of the burglars actually came up in motorcycles. And so they all left in motorcycles and left the truck there with the extended to the window, and left all of the cutting tools and the broken crown.
Came into the bathroom window. Isn't that a song?
Yeah, and I read somewhere where there apparently is a movie on Netflix back when that was kind of like a mirror of it. And the other thing I read is that apparently in France there have been a lot of lately there have been a lot of museum thefts, not just the Louvre, but some in Paris, some outside of Paris and other places. So this is apparently becoming a thing.
Wow. I'm so glad you had all that additional information, Opa. I mean, I've been fascinated with the story and like I dreamed of this heist before it happened. I don't know. But yeah, very, very interesting. It reminds me of like a national treasure type event, right? You know, this is movie material. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's cycle through a couple here. Here's a funny meme, guys. World Economic Forum. Put on the glasses. World Enslavement Forum. Ah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Check this out. Apparently, as of today, 90,000 Canadians have been euthanasied, are dead by euthanasia. MAID, medical assisted sewer sliding and counting. So yeah, what a trip. As of October 6th, that's 90,000 Canadians that are like, oh yeah, let's go to the doctor and see what he can do for me.
Yeah, that's
man.
messed up.
Yep. Very interesting. The state of Canada. Here's interesting one. Alabama enrollment decline could cost hundreds of teachers their jobs. So there are fewer students in classrooms in Alabama. Thousands of students are unaccounted for as the state is experiencing its biggest decline in enrollment in decades. A reduction in the number of public school students will be the largest reduction we've had in the last 4 decades. So it's pretty interesting. Maybe people are wising up to some of these school system kind of agendas. I mean, we have good teachers, but also I think parents are kind of sick of some of the things that they're teaching our children. So, hey, here's another interesting clip. President Trump sends some B-52s in a move against Maduro and the Venezuela kind of narco-terrorists. So check this out.
American B-52 bombers seen here flying off the coast of Venezuela in a show of force by President Trump. This comes as the White House takes down another drug boat in the area, while the president confirms he has authorized CIA action inside of the regime. Trump summing it all up with this message for Nicolás Maduro. Listen.
The president has been reported that Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources.
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to around with the United States.
Wow, strong words. Maria Salazar, she's the congresswoman who serves on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. She's also the chairwoman of the Western Hemisphere Committee. So this is your space.
Okay. Anyways, so sending B-12, sending a show of force against the narco terrorists in Venezuela. Moving on. Here's a video talking about how the FBI has captured an alleged pro-Hamas attacker from October 7th. This is one of those guys that flew in on the
bunker buster bomber.
The little paragliders and to shoot up an EDM festival, allegedly. Check this out.
The FBI arresting an alleged October 7th attacker living in Louisiana. Federal prosecutors say the 33-year-old man took part in the Hamas attack on Israel, then traveled to the U.S. on a
you heard it. You caught it.
Visa. Senior correspondent Jonathan Seri has more on what we're learning. Jonathan.
Yes, Sandra, he was living here in the U.S. legally, at least on paper. Investigators say he lied on his visa application by failing to disclose his alleged connections to paramilitary groups. He was living in Lafayette, Louisiana. His name is Mahmoud al-Matadi, and according to the criminal complaint filed in U.S. District Court, evidence shows that on the morning of October 7, 2023, al-Matadi learned about the Hamas invasion, armed himself, gathered others, and crossed into Israel with the intention of assisting with Hamas's terrorist attack. That coordinated assault involved rape, torture, kidnapping, and the deaths of 1,200 people. Investigators say al-Matadi's phone used a cell tower located near Kibbutz Kfar Aza, the location of one of the worst massacres in that attack on Israel. The court filing also includes social media photos that investigators say shows al-Matadi wearing the red headband of the National Resistance Brigades, or NRB, a Gaza-based paramilitary group. It also includes a transcript of a phone call in which al-Matadi allegedly tells another man, quote, "If things go the way they should, Syria will take part, Lebanon will take part, and it's going to be a third world war." Sandra, al-Matadi is currently being held in Louisiana at the St. Martin Parish Correctional Center as this case unfolds.
Very interesting. Okay, so we have a guy who took part in that attack, came on over here because this is all the people that support Hamas. He's like, hey, you know, I see them protesting. They're wearing the scarves. Maybe it'll be okay. Maybe I'll go over there, make some friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, come make some friends.
Gosh. Okay, so I want to show this because Greg Carlwood brought this up in our interview, his interest in the Peter Thiel off-the-record Antichrist lectures and, his talks about Armageddon. So Peter Thiel, being the Silicon Valley titan directly tied to Palantir, this organization that's built to use monitoring technology, AI systems to help the government. They have a massive contract with the U.S. government. And so I'm really interested. I wanted to ask our audience for a little bit of audience sourcing on this. How do I get access to these off-the-record lectures? Like, I want to watch what he said. So if anybody's watching this that has found any kind of recordings or transcripts of what Peter Thiel talked about during his 4-part lecture, I would be very, very interested. And if you guys would share that, link it to us or add a comment under this video, and please help our research because, Greg was mentioning it. I don't know if he actually personally went to one of the talks or if anybody actually can sum up for me what he actually believes and taught. I'm very, very interested. Very interested. So I'd love if you guys would share that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, by the way, Brazil apparently dropped a bunch of UFO files. So here's a TikTok video, at least claiming such and showing some footage that allegedly was dropped. But if this is true, these are some pretty crazy additional footages of UFO activity.
Brazil just made an absolute boss move in UFO transparency and dropped the receipts on nearly 900 UFO cases. This is huge. So on May 31st, Brazil's National Archives released 893 UFO cases, to be exact, to the public. And we're talking about sightings from 1952 all the way up to 2023, complete with photos, audio recordings, witness drawings, detailed official reports. The files were originally set to drop on June 13th, but they went live early with no warning. And there's some seriously amazing stuff inside. So I've only cracked into it just a touch, and already it's mind-blowing. It talks about cases like the 1977 Colares incident, where locals were reportedly injured by beams of light coming from low-flying UFOs. It was so intense that the Brazilian military launched Operação Prato, Operation Saucer, to investigate. There's also the 1986 Night of the UFOs, where 21 objects were spotted across southern Brazil, tracked on radar and chased by Air Force jets. So if you want to check it out yourself, there's a website you can go to. I'll list it right here. You'll need to register, but the docs are public. A lot of it's in Portuguese, but you can get it translated. Brazil just raised the bar. It's your move, Pentagon. Follow for more, because I'm going to be cracking into this.
All right, very interesting. So we're having some additional UFO disclosure. Very quickly, guys, I'm almost done with my segment. I know we've gone long. So check this out. This is a post from Theo Vaughn, and it shows okay, so it shows Walgreens accidentally nails it, and it's a skeleton that says, get your FLU shoot and V today. And it's like, free, get your free, book your free thing today. And it's like a dead guy. Come on, join me, right? And this relates to something that was put out by RFK Jr. recently. You know, I'm still out on him because he definitely stood right next to Pfizer when they accepted $750 billion for their next iteration of mRNA and stuff. It's just like, come on, you know, one thing out of your mouth, another with your actions, maybe showing your fruit. But you know, I'm not going to show the video because we can't have the word spoken on YouTube still, because the WHO still apparently controls the world. But RFK Jr., we've recently uncovered that more than 36,000 doctors had their Medicare reimbursements altered upon childhood you-know-what rates. See what this is? That's not medicine. That's coercion. Man, pretty heavy. And also I see these articles coming out. COV's surprising effect on sperm may impact future generations. And so I think it's interesting that they're just lump attacking the disease itself, whatever COV was, and saying, oh, that's the thing affecting your genetics, not our mRNA experimental EU technology that we had to get emergency use authorized. It's the virus itself that's affecting your sperm. It's not us. Go ahead and take your extra, additional BO boosters. So anyways, it's just like, this is how they flip the narrative to where it's like, oh my goodness, I'm terrified. I need to go and get one to protect my future generations, but not realizing that they're just literally telling you what they're doing through their medical experimentation. Okay, quickly. By the way, we had the Hamas-Israel peace agreement. Well, surprise, surprise, Hamas broke it, attacked Israeli forces in the southern Gaza Strip, and Israel responded with airstrikes. What do you know? One more here. Denmark is fighting AI. It just gave citizens copyright to their own face and body and voice. So I thought this was fascinating. Let's play this video, and then it'll be back on over to you, gentlemen.
Finally, a country is standing up to the beast. This is huge, Denmark have just passed a law giving every citizen copyright over their face, their voice, and their body. This means no company, not even an AI corporation, can use your likeness without your permission. Finally, let's admit it, the UK right now is racing to hand its data, its biometrics, and its digital identity to these big tech companies, whilst Denmark over here are drawing the line in the sand. They said your image belongs to you, your voice belongs to you, and your data, your body data is yours. Not the governments, not the corporations, and not the algorithms. Just think about it. They have been scanning our faces, through cameras, cloning our voices through deep fakes, training AIs on our emotions. They've got speech patterns coming through the phones and online behavior being monitored. Every single scroll, every selfie, every word that you speak into your phone has been data for the system. And Denmark have just said no, not anymore. We should follow suit to this, shouldn't we? We should definitely be owning our own data and our voices and our identities, because if we don't own our data, then we don't own ourselves. This isn't about privacy, it's about personhood. So here's the question, beautiful people. If Denmark can do this, right? If they can stop the beast, why can't every country? Why are we all being pushed into this facial scan, voice verification, digital ID new system? They don't protect us. This movement from Denmark right here should be a world headline, a spark of hope in a world that's sleepwalking into this AI digital control. So yeah, drop your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious they have always likely intended for the World Wide Web to be turned into worldwide chains of iron, right? And so, of course, this is the natural progression is to take away internet anonymity, which, you know, you can get away with stuff, maybe good and bad, and to lock it down with facial recognition, biometrics, and I don't know if Denmark's actually doing something that's going to stop any kind of beast system, but it is interesting that you can copyright your face, voice, and body. And I wonder what that would look like on the American side of things, because, you know, we talked to Crispin Glover, the actor who was in Back to the Future, and he discussed this whole concept. So if you guys are interested in this topic of AI and it's stealing people's identity and portraying them in a way they don't want to be portrayed and how you fight back, he's actually the one Hollywood actor that this affected before any of the other actors. So go back and watch that interview for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that was, I know we went through a lot, but we had the fun segments and a lot of crazy news. So back to you guys.
Well, I think Opa's going to save his for next time, but I do have something extra special for you guys. And so you guys know that. So this is what I'm going to start doing every Sunday. If you're here for the live stream, you'll get the early edition of Please Excuse My Sense of Humor. So to lighten things up, here's the first little, what would you call it, version of Please Excuse My Sense of Humor. So check it out.
Hi Sharks, my name is Benny, and this is the dish rack hat. It washes and dries your plates while you wear it, and the water runs right off.
Hi, my name is Ryan. This is my new drink, the Super Soda. It's every flavor from the fountain all together. It's like a party in a cup.
Ryan, I tried it.
It's
tastes
just a mix
awful.
of sugar and chemicals. There's no... Hi Sharks, my name is Benny, and this is the windsock hat. It tells you exactly which way the breeze is blowing and how strong it is. Hi Sharks, my name's Tyler, and I'm here asking for $40,000 for 10% of my company. It's called Daybeam. It's a solar-powered flashlight that only works in the daytime.
Wait, only in the daytime?
Hi, my name is Cash, and this is a smart rock. It connects to nothing, it does nothing, it just exists. I'm asking for 2 grilled cheese sandwiches.
Wait,
Rub my belly.
Come on,
Rub
just a
my
little.
belly.
Not happening, buddy. You're going
Rub
back to your
my
own.
belly.
You know you want
Softest fur in the county, I swear.
I'm not falling for
Just
it.
one hand, rough or gentle, I don't care. Rub.
My.
All right, Miss Dorsey, just take a deep breath for me. Let it out. Good, nice and easy right there. And... Whoa!
Oh,
Miss Dorsey, you okay?
My Lord.
Holding that inverted cross, look at the control. Into the L-sit,
This is
perfect line
actually
back,
our
Kip to
cat
the cross
Romeo.
again. This cat is unreal. Big swing now, there's the handstand locked in. Kip release, double back, grabs it clean, setting up. Start, clean release. Look at that tuck, straight to the second bar. Holding the handstand, steady pause, now into the giant. Beautiful line, double back, caught it. One more out, flawless. Straight into the full twist. Look at the control on that landing. Front aerial, seamless connection, setting up for the dismount. Double back.
Here comes the opening bounce, clean lift, tight tuck. There's the full twist, beautiful control on the landing, into the front flip, smooth, double back coming up. Yes, straight into a layout with a...
Here comes the Kip, smooth as silk, right into the giant swing. Look at the extension. Handstand hold, rock solid, release to the high bar. Here comes the mount, big back tuck onto the beam, stuck. Here comes the first swing, great height. Releases into a double front, tight and quick, recatch, straight into the L-sit. Now watch this
Good thing
control.
they're
One paw
made out of
handstand,
liquid.
steady as a rock. Unbelievable routine from...
My name is Pablo, Juan Carlos, Alejandro González, María Lucia Mendoza, Macarena Chipotle, Tapatio con queso, guacamole, Ferreira, Santiago Rodriguez, but everybody calls me Bobby.
Now, introducing Coinberg.
Oy vey! Listen to this reaction.
This place has gone absolutely unglued.
Half the crowd's booing, half are just stunned. You never know who can show up in a Rumble match, but I did not have this on my bingo card.
I invented the step.
You didn't even know what rhythm was until you saw me.
Lies, propaganda from a glitter glove.
Groove, man.
Propaganda.
Gentlemen, hey, let's calm down.
He's charging down the runway. Look at that speed for a man that size. Plants it up. Oh, my goodness, he's still rising. Charging hard down the runway. Plants in. Massive bend here.
He's up.
Now let me know in the chat.
Post
If you
now,
guys
hurrying down the runway. Pole set, eyes locked on the bar. Let's go. Glancy, huge bend. He's up, inverted, clearing, over the top. He got it. He got it.
Here he goes, driving down the runway. Pole steady in his hands. Come on. Massive bend. And he's up over the bar. Comes Jensen barreling down the runway. Look at the speed for a man his size. Pole goes in. Huge plan. Oh my. He's still rising. That's
coming down the runway now. Look at the speed he's carrying for a man of his size.
Shout out to Shay for sending me this one.
Don't let the ashes speak. To the ground from under my feet. Can't break me, I fight back harder. This is the
strike, scream, and run. All right, let's try it.
All the little birds on Dreamer Street, they love to hear Nick go tweet, 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 rockin' Robin. Rockin' Robin. Blow rockin' Robin, cause we're really gonna rock tonight.
That's horrifying. Oh my gosh.
Ready? Let's go! Underway! Paul in the black and gold trunks. Burrick rolling out of the chair, gloves high. Quick jab from Paul. Lands clean.
And it was like they got shot with a dart in the jugular that contained like methamphetamine and rabies. Okay? It's like, wow. And I'm like, what is wrong with you guys?
You just try to rub the flag off of them. So I hope you guys enjoyed my early Please Excuse.
Oh no.
Some of those were so bad, but you know, that's why I call it Please Excuse My Sense of Humor. And some of those, my wife Lindsay was like, don't, you better not. And I did. So sorry, babe.
Yeah.
Anyways,
this is a live show too, so
even better.
There's no going back now. Oh
no. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, you wanna
how about a TrutherCon walkthrough?
Yeah, check out this TrutherCon walkthrough and tell me how many cryptids you can find. Hey guys, you'll never guess where I am. I'm on stage right now at our TrutherCon 2025 venue. Check it out. So guys, I'm here on the stage for our TrutherCon 2025 venue. This is a giant screen behind me. I'm on stage currently where Bryson Gray is going to perform, where all of our speakers are going to present. Yours truly will present as well. I'm the first speaker because we all know the term conspiracy theorist came from Dallas. So there'll be a big podium right here, and then I guess we'll move it when Bryson performs, but so far it looks amazing. Look how big that screen is too. Got drinks back there, bar. Got the stage back here. It's gonna be pretty epic. We just did sizing. We're gonna have vendors right where I'm standing. It's gonna be amazing. Look at all this open space. That's what you want when you do a conference, so it's gonna be pretty cool. We got a special VIP lounge that the VIPs will be able to meet after the performer or presenter is done. They'll get to go back there and hang out on those couches back there. The official backstage green room right here. We're at the TrutherCon venue, and I don't know if you can see that chair behind me, but it's pretty cool. So this will be like where all of our special guests and stuff and VIPs get to hang out. I want one of those. And then this will be the official Skiba News Nation merch. And then we have rooms behind this wall of VIPs and speakers only and for performers. This is what I'll be seeing on stage. And then right off stage, right here, there's the giant screen. It's huge. And then the VIPs would have access to hang out with whoever back here. So make sure you get your VIP tickets at TrutherCon.com. You're definitely going to want to do that. I hope you're excited. It's going to be pretty exciting. Make sure you get your tickets at TrutherCon.com. We're only... We're only 6 days away now.
6 days, yeah. 6 days now. And also don't forget, guys, we showed this at the beginning. Oops.
Hey guys, some stuff. And
okay. If you have a business and you would like to be a sponsor for TrutherCon, this is your chance. Email us at Kristen@SkibaNewsNation.com. If you're interested in your business being advertised between sessions, think of the opportunity. There's going to be a lot of influencers there. Cumulatively, all of our audiences represent millions and millions of followers. So if you think about how many people are going to be there and how much exposure you might get for your business, this is a fantastic opportunity. I think the price is going to be around like $250 or something for a repeating segment between all of the sessions, and we'll have it playing throughout the day as a official TrutherCon sponsor. So email us. We'll give you more information if you are interested, and we'll tell you what we can do for you. We'll give you call outs, and we appreciate you supporting what we're doing with TrutherCon. So if you can't make it, you can still advertise your business if you're interested. So I just wanted you guys to know about that.
Awesome. Yeah, it's going to be an epic event, and I can't wait. I can't believe it's less than a week away. So make sure you get your tickets at TrutherCon.com. And yeah, guys, can't wait to see you. And thank you for coming to our Skiba News Nation live stream. So we'll see you next week. We love you guys.
Hasta luego.
The reason why we're doing our conference, TrutherCon in Dallas, is because that was the first time the word conspiracy theorist was used to demonize people that thought outside the box, really questioned the narrative, and that Warren Commission report was the first time that they used it against us.
TrutherCon is a mixed bag of presenters from a variety of YouTube channels. And so what we're doing is we're having people come and present their best case for whatever it is they believe is the most important thing to share. And then we're opening it up for open questioning from the audience to question anything that's presented. It's a conference to have all of these different individuals who are well-researched in their particular area that they present as an important truth to be able to be questioned. And then we're going to have a panel at the end of be able to cross-examine different speakers.